Can you tell the difference between ionic and covalent bonds? Remember that ionic bonds are atoms that are held together due to a negative and positive attraction force. And these are usually between charged ions. Ionic bonds usually occur between atoms that have given and accepted an electron. You can see our first atom here gives an electron to our second atom, which makes our first atom positive and our second atom negative. So this attraction force between the two atoms is an ionic bond. Covalent bonds are when atoms share electrons between their orbitals. You can see our two atoms here sharing their electrons. Let's see if you can identify the difference between the two in these examples. Lithium fluoride, is this an example of an ionic bond or a covalent bond? Look specifically at what's occurring between these two atoms. This is an example of ionic bond because lithium is giving fluoride an electron, making lithium positive and fluoride negative. All right, is this an ionic or covalent bond? You can see that these two atoms of nitrogen are sharing electrons, so that means this is an example of a covalent bond. All right, let's take a look at magnesium oxide. Look at what's occurring between the two atoms. You can see magnesium is losing 2 electrons while oxygen is gaining 2, which means this is an ionic bond. There's an attraction force between the positive and negative ions. And lastly, let's take a look at hydrogen chloride. You can see hydrogen's going to share its electrons with chloride, which means this is an example of a covalent bond.